So every business owner wants to know how they can get paying clients. It's the whole point of business, right? You want to get people to pay you in exchange for goods or services, and that's it. So if you're familiar with Alex Hormozi, you probably know about the 4 ways of getting leads. And those are, can you see that? Yeah. Actually, let me go like this. So, right, you got warm outreach. Feel free to watch this on like 2 times speed. I write slow. It won't offend me. Free content. So like this. Paid ads. And cold outreach. Those are the 4 ways, right? But they all come with their pros and cons. Warm outreach, it's a lot less scary. They're your friends. But at the same time, you've got a limited amount. And if you're doing something like B2B, and the only people you've got in your contacts are like old friends from high school, they might not be in your target audience. Well, you don't. I don't have to write that. Free content. I'm not gonna write it. Basically, free content is great. It compounds. It gives you some proof of like an online presence and is great for lead nurturing. But in the beginning, it's really hard to use that as a funnel for people to go from your video to straight up buying. These videos are for the long term. They're proven for that. But it just takes a while. It's really slow unless you get a viral video or something like that. And then you keep that consistency. Paid ads, you got to pay for them. The cold audience might also be a little hard to engage with since you don't know them. So it can be a little hard to nurture them and warm them up to you. And then cold outreach, same thing, except you don't have to pay for it. And it can be a lot more scary having to reach out to people one-on-one. And so that's great and all, right? And you could do all of that. But at the same time, it's all stuff that you've got to do on your own, right? It's stuff that you got to put in work, which, that's business. Oh, Jesus. That's business, right? You got to put in the work. But if you can reduce the amount of work you do and still get clients, why not do it, right? So I'm going to show you something that's a lot more different than the rest of these things, in that you don't have to do it all on your own. In the beginning, you will have to, but it's going to compound on its own, and you won't even have to do anything. People will just come to you, and they'll be pretty much warmed up. They'll be nurtured. They'll almost be guaranteed to buy. And that's networking. Referrals in the business world. So, what do I mean by that? Well, if you are on Skool, which is the great part about Skool, is this community, you can network really easily, is you can meet people. You suddenly got really tall, and you don't have arms. Now you do. You can meet people, right? You can meet other business owners. And you guys can get on a back and forth. In Skool, you can join different calls. You guys can network with each other, and not even just one other person. On these calls, on these group calls in different communities, you can network with multiple people at the same time. Or you could just build relationships with people one-on-one, but again, that can be a little scary. Thing is, these people, especially on Skool, if they're also business owners and you're doing, say, B2B, you don't have to do B2B, but it's a great example for this. Like me, with VSLs, conversions, things like that, if I'm networking with this person and then they are engaging on Skool and they're meeting people, they're going to meet people that are within my target audience. they're going to meet so many people that need to get help for their conversions. They'll have the money. That not all of them will, but you'll find qualified leads from these people. Now, obviously, you want to make friends with these people. You don't want to just build these relationships so they can do something for you. But think about that compounding effect. Just making one relationship, I swear to you, my first clients were solely from referrals, right? They already have that social proof. They don't need to do their research on you to see if you've got any sort of credibility, because if they know this person, then they will go to you and they will most likely buy if they're qualified. So I think that's a huge cheat code in making sure that you succeed in business. And I think it's something that you really need to pay attention to. So for your first few months, I would say on Skool, be as engaged as possible, join as many group calls as possible. I don't know if the audio room is coming back, but if it does, start chilling, start talking to more people and get out of your comfort zone a little bit. You're going to have to if you want to network, if you want these people to refer other people to you. And trust me, it's unbelievable the amount of lead generation that comes from this. Now, it's not the most consistent thing in the world, but it's also a really great feeling, like going on Skool, fucking around, whatever, and then you see that someone mentions you in a post, or they comment on the post and they mention you, and they say, you should go to Yahya, he's the VSL expert. That's an awesome feeling, right? So make some friends and you'll succeed in business. Also, I apologize for the little bulge I've got right here. It's my mic. I know it looks a little weird. I've also got like a hole. Okay, anyway, that's it. That's all I've got for you tonight. Stay tuned. Take it easy.